Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a good day. Today has been absolutely exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. I've been dealing with a few problems. My brain has gone into a mania. Part of how can I explain this best? Use your words, Jason. Use your words. Okay, so I'm autistic with comorbidities in bipolar and ADHD. Now, bipolar type 2 means that Bertie, watch yourself. Means that that you want to love. Sometimes most of the time you spend your time depressed, with low energy and low ability to do anything. That's the natural state. But sometimes you spike upwards into into a mania, into a place where it's very hard to describe. But let me put it this way. When you're in that mode, you're God. When you're in that mode, you're Superman. When you're in that mode, you're Doctor Strange. You can do anything. Even if in realistic stand you can't. Your brain completely ignores all of your risk aversions. It's like having certain drugs that you can get hold of. All of the risk, all of that part of your brain that stops you from doing stupid, fucked up things goes away. And is replaced by this pure energy inside you that makes you almost absolutely believe that you can do anything. You will try to bench press weight that you will damage yourself with. You will try to do jobs around the house and things and put yourself together into situations where you will exhaust yourself. But you won't even be able to tell that you're exhausting yourself. You will become so focused because with having ADHD as well, when it can be even more dangerous because when you hit that high, when you hit that super awesome, amazing high where you can do anything, your ADHD eats it all up and it's like, oh, let's hyper focus on something. Let's just focus on this one thing that we want to do and go for it. Perfect example. Normally, for a neurotypical person, this pen, I don't want to be there. I want it to be in the drawer over there. So I should pick it up and take it to the drawer. Now in my normal depressive state of mode and my normal ADHD where my brain's flitting all over the place, I will instead sit here and look at that pen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. It will consume me, but I won't do anything about it because my brain can't stop thinking about everything else. I want to move the pen. I want to pick up the pen and take it over there and put it away. I can't. But when I'm in a mania, when the mania hits in, oh boy, I can steamroll that. I can punch straight through. Isn't good anyway. I can grab the pen, I can take it to the drawer, I'll put it in the drawer. As I look inside the drawer, see, oh, that can be all sorted. I'll take the drawer out, tip everything on the floor. I'll spend my time going through everything, and then I'll get all the other drawers. Oh, why don't I open all the drawers in the entire house? Why don't I tip everything out of every cupboard, everything out of everything? You put it all in a thing, and then I can do this, I can fix it, I can put it all away. I won't drink. I won't eat. I won't notice that I need to go to the bathroom. The energy is all consuming. And the hyperfocus is also all consuming. And your risk versus reward goes away. And I am really, really glad that I don't have a large set of ladders. Why? Because I went outside to see if there was anything outside that needed to do, because I was burning. I was so hyper. I went, there's got to be things I can do. And I looked up at the roof and I thought, you know what? That roof needs cleaning. My roof needs cleaning. Now remember, I don't like heights. I really don't like heights. I really don't like being on ladders or anything like that. So I had to basically restrain myself from taking my ladder, which isn't big enough to get to the roof, thankfully, and looking for another ladder that I could put against it, and another ladder that I could put on top of it. You've seen those videos on YouTube, those Darwin Award videos where a person puts a ladder, and then another ladder on top, and then another ladder on top of there to get to places. That was where my mind was going. Because I was God. I was Superman. There's no way I could have gotten hurt. I would have got up there and done it. Thankfully, I only have one large ladder and one small ladder, so I couldn't enact that plan. But that's the dangerous side of it when it goes into mania. You forget all the rationale, all the risk versus reward, and you've got to do everything. I am absolutely shattered now because I've done so much today that didn't need to be done. But busy work, that's what you call it, to try and level it out. But yet it can affect even the basic bodily functions like remembering to drink and remembering to eat. It fucks up your sleep pattern completely and totally, even though my sleep pattern is already fucked up. But yeah. It's worse when it hits you at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's worse when it hits you at 2 a.m. in the morning. And that's the kind of point in time where you would go into the kitchen and get out a cloth and get on your hands and knees and clean the floor, even though you don't need to. But you need to be down there. You've got to be able to see what's going on. You want to be able to clean the floor, but you've got to clean it properly. You can't clean it from using a mop, because mop, you're standing up. You're not down. You can't see there. You can't see close enough. You can't see. You might miss a piece of dirt, and you can't miss a piece of dirt. You've got to do it like that. You've got to get down on your hands and knees, and you've got to rub and hurt your knees. After all, I'm 53. I shouldn't be getting down on my hands and knees and going around doing stuff like that. No, I shouldn't. But that's how it can hit you. Now, thankfully, the good thing is when things need to be done around the house, I can actually channel that. I can channel it in a way that actually makes sense. I can channel it into things that actually do need to be done. Like Brit Monkey will be happy that I've finally detangled and sorted the wiring behind the TV. I can channel it to things. I'm used to being able to challenge it. It's like trying to divert a river, but you can channel it a little bit into the things that are not going to cause you too much danger. And I also use things like you haven't seen me use. These are used for those stimming for me, my Chinese balls. I love these. And sometimes when I'm hyper, I will use these, just roll them around in my hand like that. Good for your dexterity. Very good for your dexterity and that. Good for your hand muscle and that. And to increase your ability to grip and things. So, this is one of the things they advised me to use when I first started pushing Paola around in her wheelchair. So my hands wouldn't spend all the time holding onto the thingy and gripping on them, so that my dexterity wouldn't turn into a claw. And instead I would actually, so. And this is also good for people who use keyboards and things. So I do this every day. And literally, and when I'm hyper, it helps just bleed off a tiny little bit of the energy. When I'm into that mania, this kind of thing just helps to bleed off a tiny little bit of the energy. So I'll be doing this for hours sometimes when mania hits. Of course, I couldn't use these for a while, so I had some smaller ones because I thought I'd lost these. These are cool. I like these ones. We used to have some metal ones. They don't do the proper metal ones. They used to do the proper metal ones like this. There's two types. The first is the hollow one that's got like a chime inside of it. I don't like the noise. But I like the metal ones. But it's hard, very, very hard to find the metal ones that are solid all the way through. Like 2 metal ball bearings. If anybody knows where you can get a couple of metal ball bearings about this size that are smooth, I would love them. Because they were perfect for this kind of thing. And they make a slightly different sound. See, the thing is, it's very good for stimming. It's very good for someone with autism to just roll these. You know, I used to have a white pair of these, and I actually wore them down. I freaking well wore a white pair of these that was marble. I actually wore them down. So much so that they were no longer actually thingy. I wore pits into them. I did it so much a long time ago. So, oh yes, I like the metal ones. I do like the metal ones because they make a slightly different sound, and I like the sound of these ones. These have a nice grinding stone against stone, marble against marble type effect. But I prefer the sound of metal on metal for some reason, unfortunately. So if you see a pair of these, the full size ones, it's got to be the full size. These ball. If you see any of these that on Amazon or anywhere, or you see somewhere that sells the ball bearings that are about these size, I would be most grateful. I would love to find another set. I lost my other set that was like this, that was metal in the other house when I had to move. Lost a lot, didn't I? Anyway, so yes. So, bye bye everyone.